Welcome back to Sports Federation TV, presented to you by the Western Cape Provincial Sport Confederation and Bash's Cool Drinks. Last week we were at the 4th edition of Kronenberg for the Legends Awards. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. We were there. Welcome to the 2018 Legends Awards, the 14th edition, hosted by Department of Culture Affairs and Sport. We're joined here on the bench in the sun with MEC Andrew Murray. Andrew, goeiemiddag, hoe gaan het?
Goeiemiddag Elton, baie goed, dankie. Heerlike middag.
Definitief. Vertel my 'n bietjie van vandag. Wat is die doel van vandag?
Die doel is om ons, ek wil sê ons legendes, en dis persone wat in die apartheidsjare veral aandag gegee het aan sport en in die ontwikkeling van sport en self al die moeilikhede wat met daai tyd saamgegaan het, oorkom het om ons mense, ons gemeenskappe bymekaar te bring.
And many of them have gone through, like you said, a lot of rough times. Some of them are across the different racial barriers. And I think that's important, that the department has honored people across racial barriers and is not seen as one code of sport, number one, or one racial category.
Yeah, no, that is what our aim is. I don't want to say it's our aim. Ek wil sê dit is wat ons saak is, jy weet, en ons passie is, om mense byeen te bring en erkenning te gee, ongeag geslag, ras, taalvoorkeur, jou agtergrond waar jy vandaan kom, is om daai geleenthede vir mense te skep. En dis hoekom ons spesifiek hierdie geleentheid het om ons sportheroes te vereer vir dit wat hulle gedoen het en nog steeds doen, want van hulle is, ek meen, die een persoon is 100 en hy is nog aktief, al kan hy net sy storie vertel van daai tyd. En dit is net fantasties.
Minister, where do you see this going forward? Do you think there's more legs to do, more stuff like the Legends? What other activities does the department do?
Through the Legends, what I would like to do, we're so, our communities are so full of gangsterism and crime, and I would like to put the Legends more in contact with our younger generation and tell them, you know, these people coming from more or the same circumstances in adverse areas and things that wasn't good for them, and they excel, and they must be the heroes for our younger kids. And I think that we do have this storytelling. En weet, dit bind mense oor grense heen. Jy weet, om na iemand anders se storie te luister en dink, but you know what, if you can do it, I also can do it.
100%.
Jy weet, en ek sou graag dit wil uitrol meer, dat ons hulle meer betrokke kry in ons gemeenskappe met ons jeugontwikkelingsprogramme, en ons sportontwikkelingsprogramme.
Definitief. En die ding wat ek wil graag sien is dat die legende na 'n gemeenskap toe gaan en sê, vat hulle hand en sê, kom leiers, kom sit hier onder my voete, laat ek weer vertel hoe dinge gebeur, presies wat minister sê, en wys hoe dinge gebeur het destyds. Hoe kan ons dit beter doen nou?
Ja, nee, beslis. En ek het ook al gesien, weet, ons het 'n program wat ons noem die Alcohol Harms Reduction Game Changer. Ja. En jy weet, almal het 'n inset. Maar wat die verskil maak in ons ons sê nou maar die groep wat drink van 18 tot 35. Is ons sportprogramme wat ons gedoen het. Weet, en daar's regtig 'n definitiewe verskil gewees. Net betrokkenheid van sport, en as mens nou van ons legendes daar kan kry. Weet, ek weet dit is nou op 'n Vrydag aan, maar hulle lyk vir my eintlik op en wakker, hoor, en ek dink hulle kan lekker stories vertel, net om 'n storie te vertel en saam met die kinders te sit, en dit gee ook vir hulle 'n doel in die lewe.
Minister, gee ons 'n boodskap vir 2019?
My boodskap vir 2019 is: geniet die lewe voluit en moet nooit hoop opgee nie. Dis my groot ding. Moet nooit hoop opgee nie. Al lyk dinge vir jou, dit gaan nie gebeur nie. Dit is jy moenie dink jy gaan dit nie kan doen nie. Sien wat is jou einddoel en glo in jouself.
Minister, dankie, alle voorspoed vir 2019.
Baie dankie.
Thank you for your time and the leadership that you give DCAS to be able to put on an event like this and many other events. Thank you for your time.
Baie dankie vir jou, Elton.
Dankie. Minister Andrew Murray, Department of Culture Affairs and Sport. We're joined by Mr. Eric Dalton. Mr. Dalton, are you well?
Yes, I'm very well, and you? It's nice to see you again.
Yes, it's been a while.
Yeah.
You've been honored as one of the legends in the 2018.
I'm very privileged, yeah.
Tell me give us a helicopter ride of your experience in sport over the last 100 years.
I came out of the army when I was 19, 20, and by then I'd realized I was a useless footballer. And a friend of mine was a referee, and he took me along to referee. And I went through the course, and I passed in 1965, and I worked very well, and they were very pleased with me. And in 1966, I did the top junior cup final, and in 1969, I did the senior cup final. And in that meantime, I'd got onto the committee of the referees, and I got onto the Western Province Committee, and I saw that administration was my thing. And after being at Western Province for 2 years, I joined the referees committee, and I was there for, I don't know how long I was there for, but after 4 or 5 years doing various positions, I became the president, and I was the president until early 90s, when I decided that it was too much to do. In 1990, Western Province turned 100, and we had a whole series of functions, and I was the convener looking after all those functions.
Being a referee and coming into administration,
It was very good, because being the manager of a side, I could tell the players what they were doing wrong from a refereeing point of view. And we had a very well-behaved side. They were well-behaved. I taught them the rules and told them what was wrong and everything like that. So it was very good. But the one didn't overlap with the other.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed being manager of the team as well.
do you think that had an impact, or do you think that coaches should be recognized as officials as well, doing an officials course? Do you think it will impact in their coaching
Well,
ability in today's life?
Let me say that today, if you want to get a Europa referee certificate, you have to pass the referee's exam. And I think they've done that at SAFA now.
Nice.
They've introduced it. So they have to write the referee's exam to become qualified to manage.
Mr. Eric Dalton, in closing, can you tell us or give us one or two pearls for the administrators and for players that of experiences that you've learned that you think we could improve going forward 2019 to make sport better in South Africa? You've got lots of wisdom.
That's very difficult, yeah. Discipline is one thing that with my refereeing background, if we talk in junior football, one of the worst things in junior football is parents. Parents are terrible. They shout and abuse the referee from the side of the field, and I think you've got to have your heart and your love for it. You've got to spend 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on the sport, and you've got to love it. That's the thing. I really love the game. I mean, I'm surprised that my wife is still married to me, because you know how often
Yes.
I went overseas.
Yes.
And, we went overseas 3 times, 4 times to play in the CAF Cup. And the famous one is we went to Nigeria, and we went to northern Nigeria, and coming back, we had to be at the airport, so we rode all the way from northern to southern.
Yes.
And we had 3 guys on the bus with AK-47s.
Sure.
And one petrol stop, some gangsters, or I don't know, terrorists, whatever you want to call them, they jumped on, and you know, everybody started talking, and
Yes.
I can talk, and I told them, listen, we're a football team, and we've got nothing for you and everything. And they got off, and the guy got in the bus, and he drove. It was terrible to have to sit in this bus going at 120, 140 k's.
Just to avoid
But,
everything.
but we got to the airport, and Russell Paul was with us as the SAFA representative, and he phoned South African Airways, and they kept the plane waiting for us. So South African Airways are half an hour late. So that was quite something. But in answer to your question, it's got to be love of the game, definitely, without a doubt.
Mr. Eric Dalton, thank you for your time. Thank you
It's
for all the
my
hard
pleasure.
work and effort you've put into
My pleasure.
football
Anytime.
over the years. It was lovely to see you again.
And anytime you want to do this again, we'll do it again. I'll think about what we're going to say.
Thank you,
All the
Mr.
best.
Dalton.
Thank
Good to
you.
see you. Keep
Nice.
well.
You-
Welcome back. As you can see, we had the MSc for Department of Culture, Affairs and Sport, Andrew Murray, and a whole host of other dignitaries and legends. It's time for our Bashes competition. If you'd like to win a case of Bashes, SMS the word Bashes to 33090. And a big congratulations to our last week's winner, Mr. James Daniels. The office will contact you soon to make sure you get your case of Bashes and in your favorite flavor. Let's take an ad break. We'll be right back.